You came in on your rookie campaign, you joined at the Aces, which you could say is like the penthouse, and now you're going to be joining essentially a new franchise as they have a new build from the ground up. How do you feel?
I'm really excited. This league is all about opportunity, and, you just need one shot, right? And I am very thankful for the Aces and everything I got to learn there, but I'm really excited for this new beginning and to build something from the ground up here with the Valkyries.
While some players are FaceTiming from the sidelines and chasing clout instead of chemistry, Kate Martin is out here handling business, quietly, confidently, and with real leadership. One of Caitlin Clark's closest friends and former Iowa teammate, Kate Martin just made a major move in the WNBA. After starting her rookie season with the defending champs, the Las Vegas Aces, she's now headed to the brand new Golden State Valkyries. And how did she handle the transition? With grace, with humility, with a real pro mindset. No ego, no subtweets, no skipping games and calling in from FaceTime. Kate Martin is the kind of player fans want to root for, someone who shows up, stays focused, and brings value on and off the court. And let's not forget, this isn't just some quiet rookie move. The Golden State Valkyries are a brand new franchise with major hype behind them. They're building something big, and Kate's going to be part of the foundation. She's earned her spot the hard way, and now she's making it count. So while others are out here stirring controversy, Kate Martin is stacking real wins. That's what professionalism looks like. That's what leadership sounds like. And guess what? This is the energy the WNBA needs more of.
Oh man, a lot of emotions. I'm really happy to be here. I was here to support Caitlin, but I was hoping to hear my name called, and all I wanted was an opportunity, and I got it, so I'm really excited.
It's the kind of real one fans love to root for. No headlines, no drama, no fake hype, just heart, hustle, and one single opportunity that changed everything. Let's rewind. She wasn't drafted with fanfare. She wasn't handed a spotlight. She showed up to support her best friend Caitlin Clark at the WNBA draft. Just being there, low-key, riding for her girl like she always does. No expectation, no agenda. But guess what? That small moment turned into everything. Kate got a quick shout-out on TV, just a mention, then a clip, then an interview. And people started noticing what they'd been sleeping on. She's smart, she's grounded, she belongs. From there, it wasn't luck. It was preparation meeting that one window. She landed with the Aces, the reigning champs. And instead of folding under pressure, she soaked up everything, learned, grew, waited her turn. She's headed to the Golden State Valkyries, a brand new franchise with big energy, fresh momentum, and all eyes on their first year. And guess who's part of the core? Kate Martin. From fan in the stands to foundation of a new team, because she did the most underrated thing in sports. She showed up. This is what real elevation looks like. Not fake controversy, but quiet consistency. She was there for her best friend, and it opened a door to her own destiny. That's the kind of story that matters. That's the kind of player the WNBA needs. Kate Martin didn't ask for flowers, she earned them. And now she's just getting started. Before the WNBA, before the Valkyries, before the cameras and interviews, Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark were just two best friends causing chaos in Iowa. And if you need proof, just listen to this wild story Kate shared on a podcast.
Me and Caitlin were hanging out and we were bored. And we literally drove to Walmart and bought this crazy wig.
Yeah, and like a pig mask.
Scary pig mask. And an axe, a big axe. And we just went on a scaring frenzy. And we went outside and hopped onto her balcony from outside. She has like her sliding glass door open, but the screen is shut. And we're like peeking in, whatever. And her boyfriend's like, oh, I think I heard something outside. And she's like, oh, it's probably just leaves. Like she says that. So she goes to shut the sliding glass door. And as she did that, I stood up, opened the screen door, and I'm like, ah! And she starts screaming bloody murder and tackles me to the ground and it's like, F you, blah, 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 I hate you, like trying to like beat me up.
A kind of ride or die bond that can't be faked. Through late night chaos and national TV games, Kate and Caitlin have always had each other's backs. But here's what's even more important. Kate Martin didn't just laugh with Caitlin, she learned from her. She trained with her, watched her rise, saw what it takes to go from promising to elite. And she studied every part of it, the work ethic, the media pressure, the leadership, the mindset. While some players fold under expectations, Kate thrives in the background. Until it's her turn. She learned how to lead without needing the spotlight. She learned how to stay composed in big moments. She learned from the very best in the business. So when the WNBA finally came calling, Kate was ready. That's why coaches love her. That's why the Valkyries want her. That's why fans are waking up and realizing she's not just Caitlin Clark's best friend. She's a baller in her own right. And the best part? Through it all, she never stopped being the same girl who'd buy a pig mask at Walmart just to get a scream. That's Kate Martin. Classy, clutch, a little chaotic, and absolutely built for this moment. Caitlin Clark and her circle are taking over. Lexie Hull joins the headlines, and these girls are owning the business. Let's just say, Caitlin Clark doesn't just surround herself with ballers. She surrounds herself with winners. First, it was Kate Martin making quiet waves and earning her spot in the WNBA with grit and class. Now, Lexie Hull is making headlines too. Another one of Caitlin's closest friends, and another woman who's proving she's not here to just be part of the league, she's here to own it. These girls aren't just playing the game anymore, they're taking over the whole business. Lexie's been showing out with the Indiana Fever, holding it down with poise, defense, and that relentless energy coaches can't get enough of. And while the spotlight's often on Caitlin, Lexie's been stacking wins in her own lane. And here's what makes this crew different. It's not ego, it's not drama. It's loyalty, work ethic, and serious game. Kate Martin, Lexie Hull, Caitlin Clark, they've built each other up. No jealousy, no fake smiles, just genuine support and real sisterhood. And now they're all rising together. They're not out here begging for attention. They're not skipping games or FaceTiming into glory. They're showing up, clocking in, and making noise the right way. This is the next generation of women's basketball. Talent, class, chemistry, and brand power all rolled into one unstoppable crew. Caitlin might be the superstar, but she's not shining alone. Her circle is deep, her circle is strong, and they're all coming up together. So while the headlines are busy chasing controversy, keep your eye on the real story. Kate, Lexie, and Caitlin are changing the game, not just for themselves, but for the entire future of women's hoops. This is a movement.
In a recent interview, Lexie Hull opened up about the challenges she faced during the 2024 season, reflecting on her struggles, growth, and the turning point that helped her overcome adversity. Drafted as the 6th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft.
So you have basketball in your genes. Your grandfather played basketball, your dad, and you have a twin sister who you played basketball with growing up. What was it like growing up in that family dynamic?
Hull had entered the professional basketball scene with high expectations. She had been a key contributor to Stanford's national championship team. But her early years in the WNBA with the Indiana Fever were far from easy. As the team struggled with an underwhelming 1-8 start to the season, Hull found herself sitting on the...
Thank you. I would say that's kind of my role.
Respectful.
That's kind of, a reason that I'm out there is to try to make an impact defensively. And I know I was undersized going against DB. And so trying to just be as active as I could, get my hands on as many balls as I could. Get my hands on as many balls as I could and take advantage of that. Caitlin? Yeah. We're done.
Oh, Lex.
In a league where egos run high and shoutouts are rare, Lexie Hull just gave Caitlin Clark her flowers. And not for show, but for real. Because here's the truth. Great players make the people around them better. And Caitlin Clark doesn't just light up the scoreboard. She sharpens her teammates, her opponents, and her friends. Lexie saw that firsthand. Going head-to-head with Clark in practice, in scrimmages, in grind sessions, it challenged her, it leveled her up, it exposed weaknesses and forced her to adapt. And instead of folding, Lexie used it to fuel her rise. Now she's not just holding her own in the WNBA, she's thriving. And she's not afraid to say why. That quote isn't just about Caitlin Clark's talent. It's about who she is as a teammate, as a competitor, as a friend. She pushed Lexie, believed in her, brought out the version of Lexie that maybe even Lexie didn't know she had in her. And that's what real ones do. This is the power of having the right people around you. Caitlin Clark didn't just build her own career, she helped build others. Kate Martin, Lexie Hall, this isn't a solo success story, it's a crew that rises together. And the coolest part? They never needed to say it, but when they do, it hits different. Lexie Hall is winning. Kate Martin is winning.
You have basketball in your genes. Your grandfather played basketball, your dad, and you have a twin sister who you played basketball with growing up. What was it like growing up in that family dynamic?
Well, we have a super competitive family, and having my dad play basketball collegiately, knew that basketball was going to be put in my hands at an early age, but my parents were, super excited about having us try every sport imaginable. So yeah, we grew up, my sister and I, playing a little bit of every sport, and to get to know her off the court, because I do think that, connections, getting to know people really play a part in the success of teams.
Lexie Hull grew up wanting to be the best, then she met Caitlin Clark and chose something even stronger: respect. Lexie Hull doesn't just play hard, she was raised to compete. Basketball is in her blood. Her dad played the game. Her whole family has that fire. Winning wasn't a wish, it was the standard. So naturally, Lexie wanted to be the best. But then she ran into a player who was the best. Caitlin Clark. Most players might get bitter or jealous when someone else outshines them. But Lexie, she did something different. She leaned in. Lexie realized early on that greatness isn't just about stats or headlines, it's about character. It's about who you are when the buzzer stops, and she understood something most players miss. So instead of seeing Caitlin as competition, she saw her as a teammate worth understanding. She asked questions, she observed, she connected. And that connection? It turned into chemistry. And that chemistry, it's showing up on the court, loud and clear. This is why Lexie Hull is thriving. She's got the work ethic, the pedigree, the IQ. But more than that, she's got the humility to learn from the best and the heart to become one of them. Caitlin Clark challenged her. Lexie Hull chose to rise. Now, they're not just teammates. They're part of a growing legacy, a new wave of women's basketball built on trust, respect, and the kind of bond that actually wins games. This isn't just about talent anymore. It's about connection, it's about culture, and Lexie Hull gets it. These aren't just Caitlin Clark's BFFs. They're certified pros, carving their own lane, stepping into their moment, and showing what happens when talent meets integrity. They showed up when no one was watching. They worked when no one was clapping. And now, the spotlight found them. This isn't just a win for Lexie and Kate, it's a win for women's basketball. For best friends turned teammates. For overlooked rookies turned rising stars. For every young hooper watching and thinking, if they can do it, maybe I can too. Caitlin Clark may have changed the game, but Lexie Hull and Kate Martin are proving she's not doing it alone. This circle, it's powerful, it's loyal, and it's winning. Stick around, because the way these girls are moving, this is just the beginning.